my man Mike Tomlin, check the world. And oh, by the way, did you see my Knicks? Did you see my Knicks? Those New York Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go! I know my man Swag Goo don't like hearing stuff like that. After all, he's from Louisiana, played at LSU, but he also a Cowboy. He all over the place. Notice that he's in places where he ain't got to pay state income taxes. First takes in the house. Damn right I'm jealous. Let's go.
Sounds like you're a little jealous. How about the Chicago Bulls, undefeated? Forgot about them. Good morning, Marcus. It is so good to see you, sir. New frames, I like it.
What's up, Molly Q? Hey, listen, he come on the show talking about places you pay no state tax. Sometimes you get in tax brackets, Molly, where it don't matter what the state tax is.
Absolutely.
That's what he's trying to
And you know what you do when that happens? You just get homes, coast to coast, city, country, a little spot here, a little spot there, and you just...
Finance Education 101.
Oh, Lord.
It always matters, the taxes you paying, no matter how much paper you bringing in. Okay, let me be very clear about that. How y'all doing? Molly, the bling, you just bling.
Don't start.
Just blink.
Don't start. He had a mansion on his wrist yesterday.
What is that? What is that jacket? Is that velvet, Molly? What is that? Cashmere? What is it?
Oh, on him? I don't know. It's new money.
It's cashmere.
He feeling himself. He is feeling himself, boy.
Let's do it.
Hey, Molly, he ain't gonna tell the world I FaceTimed him about a week ago, and he answered the phone flexing. We gonna keep that between us, but he answered the phone flexing.
We gonna keep that between us.
I can just imagine. I can only imagine. All right, let's get to it. So it is no secret, gentlemen, that Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the NFL, lauded for his success on the field. He's never finished a season below 500 in 14 years in Pittsburgh, leading the Steelers to 9 playoff appearances, including a win in Super Bowl 43. Also, he's an incredible leader of men. So with that being said, he did not take kindly to the question of leaving the pro ranks for the open college position at USC. Coach Tomlin, not mincing his words. Take a listen.
Hey, guys, I don't have time for that speculation. I mean, that's a joke to me. I got one of the best jobs in all of professional sport. Why would I have any interest in coaching college football? That'll be the last time that I address it. And not only today, but moving forward. Never say never, but never. Okay? Anybody else got any questions about any college jobs? There's not a booster with a big enough blank check.
Anyone else? All right.
Thank you. Anybody asking Sean Payton about that? You know, anybody asking Andy Reid about stuff like that?
You know, Stephen A., my initial reaction to this was, this is much bigger than football.
Yeah.
You never see him miffed like this.
Yeah.
What was your visceral reaction when you heard Tomlin?
I was proud of him. I was proud of him for saying what he said in the fashion that he said it, and leaving the rest to us. He emphatically did just knock down any assertions, any rumors, any allegations about him wanting to go to the college ranks. That's a plus. But then by asking the question that he asked about Andy Reid and Sean Payton, be very, very clear, he wasn't being disrespectful to them in any way. What he was doing was pointing out what we all know he was pointing out. There's a bunch of racist-ass people out there. And I'm not talking about the reporter that asked the question. That's not what I mean by that. I'm not even, and I understand a place where it comes from as it pertains to a Carson Palmer being on Dan Patrick's show and bringing up Mike Tomlin because he obviously Carson Palmer was at USC. I'm certainly not accusing or asserting anything about Carson Palmer. I'm sure that wasn't his intent, wasn't Dan Patrick's intent. I'm certainly not implying that about the great Dan Patrick or anybody else. What I'm talking about is from a societal perspective. You know, here is a man that has won a Super Bowl championship, has been to a Super Bowl, has never had a losing record, and periodically from time to time, the minute the Steelers expose that they got bad breath, he on a hot seat. Sean Payton, who's a hell of a coach, also a Super Bowl champion, he's had 4 losing seasons in his career, including back-to-back-to-back from 2014 to 2016, where they went 7-9 each year. Andy Reid has had 3 losing seasons on his resume. Both of them have won less of a percentage of their football games. But Mike Tomlin is the one that he's either on the hot seat or guess what? He might be looking to go to the college ranks because the Pittsburgh Steelers, their offense ain't what we anticipated it would be. They got to shore up the offensive line. They got to shore up their quarterback position to find a successor to Ben Roethlisberger. Their defense, even though it's big time, could be a little bit better. Because of that, you're going to ignore a resume? One of the things that I do when I sit here and I discuss these things and I talk about and people try to come at me, for example, because I'm going to personalize this. I consistently bring up my resume. Get that off the screen, please. I want to be on camera for this. I specifically bring up my resume for a reason. You know why I bring up my resume, Molly, Swagoo? Because when you're black, it behooves you to have one. Because the second they get a chance to diminish what you've accomplished, what your cachet is, then they're going to take advantage of it. See, I'm screaming A. I'm the guy with the loud voice. I project in a very demonstrative and a bombastic manner. And because of that, you get to ignore the fact that I did 3 internships before I started off as a high school writer at the New York Daily News, before I went to the Philadelphia Inquirer and got promoted 7 times, before I became the 21st African-American to be a general sports columnist in this nation's history. See, I'm just a loud mouth that shows up on Get Up, on First Take, and I lucked up because I raised my voice right here. People want to forget that I was a journalist for 25 years and that I earned the right to be in this seat. They want to do that. Black people go through all this stuff all the damn time. And this is just the latest example because what Mike Tomlin is saying, Swagoo, I have a resume. What person with my resume would you be talking about taking a college job when I'm coaching the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the most renowned jobs in all of sports throughout history? They've had 3 coaches, Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. Everyone knows this. This man has not had a losing season in 14 years. And you're talking about him leaving the NFL to go to the college ranks as if that's what he needs to consider. You're damn right it's insulting. And you're damn right there's some racial connotations to it. Because as he basically said, you ain't asking none of the white dudes with my resume that question. And he is right.
And say you took the words out of my mouth. The visceral reaction from Mike Tomlin was about disrespect. That's what it boiled down to. Disrespect, and to your point, not acknowledging the fact that I've been one of the most successful coaches in the NFL, and me going to college would be a step down. Okay? This is the highest level in which you can coach American football. This is one of the storied franchises in which you can coach football. And for as much as you and I have sat on television and talked about how hard it is for African Americans, black head coaches to get jobs and opportunities in this league, the one that has had a tremendous amount of success, the one that is a Super Bowl champion, the one that is going to be, here's the point, S.A., he's going to the Hall of Fame as an NFL head coach, and you disrespect this man by asking him if he's going to take a college job. That's what this is about. And to your point, Mike Tomlin pointed out Andy Reid and Sean Payton, because see, when you say things like that, people get it misconstrued. They think you're attacking Andy Reid and Sean Payton.
Not at all.
They think you attack. So because what's going to happen after this is that everybody that don't like Stephen A is going to focus on the fact that you brought race into the conversation.
Sure.
And dismiss the fact that that is exactly why Mike Tomlin said what he said. It's because that connotation is prevalent. He understands the environment in which he coaches. He understands the things you have to go through in order to be a head coach as a black man in the NFL. And not only that, have an amount of success. So to your point, you took it all out of my mouth. But here's the thing that I will say. And this is what I'll say to the reporters, because to your point, no disrespect, they ask questions because they may get an answer that no one is expecting.
Right.
But reporters, when you ask Mike Tomlin about taking a college coaching job, please understand this man is a Hall of Fame head coach in the NFL. and understand why he has that type of reaction to you asking that question, or if he would have any interest in it. And he just told everybody that it's no booster with a blank check that will get him the lead. This man coaches for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's a Hall of Fame coach who has never had a losing season, and you ask him about going to college.
Well,
it's absolutely disrespectful.
Absolutely. And this is the thing. The reporter himself, listen, there's no shade.